Alison Thompson and I'm the Safety Elf. We're going to look at ways that you can help someone who's had a fall or a trip and finds himself on the floor. Steph, you need to be on the floor. People often panic when this happens, but actually the real emergency is over. The person's down, they can't fall any further, unless they're in the middle of a busy road, obviously. That's not so great. So the key things here are to take your time and not try and rush the person. Have you ever had one of those moments where you've gone from lying flat on the bed, I don't know, the phone's rung and you've jumped up and gone to standing and find yourself all dizzy? That's going to happen, but even worse, because the person who's just had the fall is going to be really shaky and shocked. So the key thing to do is actually start talking to the person and find out if they've actually hurt themselves. Now, if there's any reason to think that they're injured, that's when you're going to need to get medical help, a first aid, or even get someone to call for an ambulance. So if we assume that Steph isn't hurt, but she will be shocked and she will be shaky. So what I would do first is just spend time reassuring her, calming her down, and just explaining that what we're going to do is get her up and it's all fine, but we're going to do it in small, bite-sized pieces. Now, I want Steph to do as much of this herself as she possibly can, because if I'm trying to grab her, I'm likely to hurt her, or actually try and get her to do something that her body's not ready for. So by encouraging her verbally, Steph's she's going to do it at the pace that she's ready for. So Steph, what I want you to do first is to push yourself up as if you were getting yourself up from the bed in the morning. Okay. And it might be that you actually need to spend some time still reassuring and talking. The person's head may be spinning a bit, they may be then reorientating themselves to what's happened and just needing to process. So when the person's ready for the next step, what I'm going to do is encourage them to get onto all fours. Okay? That's great. Now, from here, we can use things that we have around us to help them get up. So, for example, here we've got a chair, and I can bring the chair to Steph, but it might be that it's a sofa. So what I would want to do then is encourage Steph to crawl towards the object that we're going to use to assist us to get up. The great thing here is that if she becomes dizzy, she's not going to injure herself. She's still nice and close to the ground. So Steph's now pulled herself up, ready to go. She's going to need to bring one knee up so she's in a good position to stand. Now this is where she's almost definitely going to need some help, because it takes quite a lot of strength to get up from here. Okay? So in the same way that we did when we did the assist to stand on the earlier video, I'm going to provide a stable thing for Steph to push down onto. And I'm going to put my arm around her back just to give her added security, A, to help her get up, but also so that she's more stable when she's ready to stand. Okay?
Yep.
Ready?
Ready.
Ready, steady, stand. Okay, and what I've done is I've brought Steph into my side. I'm not gripping it, still open-handed, so that if she feels woozy or unsteady as she stands, she's got that extra support from me till she's ready to move off on her own.